Hey everyone, it's Todd with Tasty Tracker. I just wanted to do a quick video on why you should trade in the stock market. I have a couple reasons here, and hopefully we can walk through and you'll feel a little bit more comfortable getting started. So first here we have reasons to start in the stock market. You can start off with a super small amount of money, 10, 15, $20. I would start off with 100 if you can, but really you can start with any amount. Compare that with something like real estate. You need what, $50,000 to get started investing in properties. So with the stock market, you have the opportunity to really get out there, start making some money, and better your financial situation. Next reason here is you can make money very quickly, especially when you start getting into options and things like that. You can make money pretty fast when you're talking about just regular stocks. You can make some decent money quickly. Um, Typically, it's not going to be at first because you're learning how everything works, but you can get started, figure out how to make money, and then things sort of snowball after that. It's something you can do in your spare time, which is probably the most attractive thing. You can put an order in after work at night, and it'll fill the next business day. So you don't have to have some super fancy setup and be staring at your computer the whole time. And it's a great way to sort of get your feet wet, see if it's something for you, something you like or not. So, what advice would I give to somebody who's just starting out? I'd say start with WeBull or Robinhood. Robinhood is a little bit simpler to use than WeBull. However, WeBull is a little bit more powerful in the sense that it gives you more stats and charts and gives you more information where you can discover new stocks. A little bit better than Robinhood. I've used both. Personally, I prefer Webull, but honestly, they're both a great place to get started. They're free to start using, so and there's no fees, so it's really no reason to not try it out. Again, the only issue, excuse me, I see with Robinhood is that it's so simple that you have um, sometimes you can have a little bit too little information to that you can't really make educated decisions. But anyway, there are more platforms every day going to zero fees that have more complete information, such as TD Ameritrade. We'll get to that in the links um, below here. But uh, when you're first starting out, you're going to want to use Webull or Robinhood just to get your feet wet to start understanding the different indicators and terminology. As said before, you can start off with any amount. $100 sort of is a great place to start, where it's not so much money that it's going to bankrupt you or anything like that. Even when I was 15 working at Wendy's, I could afford $100. Um, so you should be able to get that money, put it in, and start learning. Now, granted, you're not going to make a whole lot of money real quick, and chances are, if you're reckless or you're not educating yourself properly, you're going to lose that 100. So make sure you're careful with what you do. Don't put all that $100 into one stock. Don't play with penny stocks. Do something reputable, and we'll go over those different stocks that are good for beginners in a later video. But again, just because you can make money quickly, that also means you can lose that money quickly. So it is still money. You do have to divorce yourself a little bit from your emotions, which is something you'll practice and get better at. But at the same time, you can't be careless and just throw your money around and expect it to go well. As you're learning the system and how the stock market functions, you can slowly increase your account size. For the first part of your investment life, your account is going to increase because you contribute to it, not just because you made money. Because realistically, you'll make a couple bucks on this stock, a couple bucks on that stock, but then you're going to contribute 50 or 100 bucks in your next paycheck to increase your account, so that way you can diversify the different stocks that you're invested in. So anyway, you got to slowly increase as you figure out what you're doing. Don't jump all in, but also don't expect that your proceeds from each individual play is going to be enough to snowball real quickly. You're going to have to add some money yourself. And this whole discussion so far I've talked about, you've got to learn the basics first. So don't chase those big opportunities you think you see. Chances are, as a beginner, uh, there's a reason why you shouldn't be chasing those opportunities. They're probably going to turn into big losers. Also, don't listen to what everybody's saying online. There's a lot of people who like to say a lot of things, but they're not actually playing those plays. They're just, picking on newbies. Um, and maybe they are, and they're just losing all their money. So either way, do your research, watch a bunch of different people on YouTube, figure out what strategy makes most sense to you, find out who you are going to be as a investor here. So here's a couple links. I'm going to try to keep this section updated, but for now, this is what I have. Here's a Robinhood and WeBull. Again, those are the first two brokerages I would start off with. They're free to use, simple to use. You can do it on your phone. WeBull has a desktop, a mobile, and a website, so you can use their service a number of ways. Robinhood has a website and an app. I use the apps for these just because it's so quick and easy to use. Charles Schwab, Etrade, TD Ameritrade, these are sort of your heavier hitters, and the older type of brokerages. So they were pretty expensive to use, but now they're all free to use for stock trades, so that's great. You can use my referral links below. That will help out this channel and help me out to keep making these. I did include Tastyworks. Now that they do have the ability to purchase stocks. However, most people use them for options. That's what I use them for. So if you want to, you can go ahead and sign up for Tastyworks. I'll get into options in a future video, but for now, that's not really necessary. I do have videos planned for sort of each one of these advice bullet points. So we'll take a deeper dive that way. So you can stay tuned. So subscribe and like this video, do all the normal YouTube things. If you have any ideas for future videos or specific questions, you can leave those in the comments below. I'll either answer them there or do a video if the idea is good enough. But I have a whole year planned out here, so we'll see how that goes. Last thing here is tastytracker.com is my website. It's $9.99 a month. However, I do have a referral program. For each person you refer, you'll get $1 back, and you can actually refer more than 10 people, and I'll pay you. I'll send you a PayPal check each month. So that's a great way to not only get a free service, but make some money on the side as well. But what I offer there is stock tracking, options tracking, and a diary, as well as a number of other things. For stocks, which is what we're talking about here specifically, you can see what area you're doing best in, so you can focus on that and sort of drop the areas that you're not successful in. Certain stocks are going to be better at certain types of plays, and then, like I said, later we'll get into some options. But either way, you'll have the ability to add comments for each one of your trades, to talk about the indicators you were looking at or what you were thinking while you're making the trade. That's really important to do that, to reflect back on why you did something, so that you can narrow in on what you're being successful at. There's this general diary here too, so you can come up with your basic theories or any thoughts or something special you learned that day. Throw it in the diary to come back to later, and can really help you be as effective as possible. So we do have some stats there, like I said. So anyway, give that a look, and maybe you'll think that it adds value. Maybe you won't. That's fine as well. You can definitely send me an email and let me know what would add value to you, and I can throw that on the website. So anyway, thank you for your time. Have a good day.